Good evening, everybody. My name is Jerry Bednarski. I'd like to welcome you to our ParamusShop.com business overview. We've got a great night for you tonight. Before we start, just small housekeeping. You take out your smartphone, your tablets, anything you have that rings and dings and makes any kind of noises. Please put it on silent. Put it on vibrate. If you need to take a call or desperately need to make a call, if you can step outside of this area to do that, so as not to disturb the conversation going on. So, we have two wonderful speakers for you. I have the pleasure of introducing the first one. Now, Andrea is a recent college graduate. 2 weeks ago, she graduated from Seton Hall University, major in broadcasting and journalism. Maybe even a little more exciting is 6 months ago, she partnered with Shop.com and she now owns her own franchise. So she'll be starting things off tonight. So please give a big hand and welcome Andrea Correa.
Woo! Good evening, everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Andrea Correa. I recently, like Jerry mentioned, graduated with a bachelor's in broadcasting and journalism from Seton Hall University. And so my story is I was born here in America and then taken to Ecuador, so Español es mi primer lenguaje. And then I came back and I had to follow the tradition of going to school. I was a straight A student. In high school, I was a versatile honor roll student and athlete. And I just knew that because of my growing up single mother, with a single mother and all the hard work she had to go through, I knew that I didn't want that lifestyle for me, and I needed to make something in order to provide for my family in the future. And so I decided to take on a career that I knew that I was going to be able to just show off my personality and live up to my dreams, even though I was still skeptical about it, because I thought to myself, how am I going to make it? I need to become rich with the dreams and goals that I have, and I still don't know how I'm going to do that. And so I just knew that one day, eventually, I will end up on television. That's my dream, is to be on television. I will be having my own network in the future with my own talk show and being the host of my own show. But I never really knew how I was going to get there. So I did graduate college, and I finally finished. I'm actually really, it's nerve-wracking, but I'm glad to have come across this business 6 months ago. Because without it, I would have never been able to have a vehicle that provided me the success and the financial freedom for me to actually be able to accomplish all my dreams and goals. And so what I'm here going to present to you tonight is the Unfranchise Business by Market America /Shop.com. And what this business is like, it's like other unfranchises, but it mirrors franchises, but it's a more modern and an honest and simple way. So now what you're probably thinking is, why you? Today, in today's economy, it's kind of a necessity to become a business owner or have your own business, because in reality, you don't want to be working for someone else's success or dreams for their business to grow, because eventually you're just going to be an employee, and as an employee, we can just be easily replaced. We have to work for the money that we make, and eventually, because of things that are involved in obstacles that are coming in our way, we don't really ever get to save or to reach our goals with our money. So why you? Here, who wouldn't love an additional source of income? Raise your hands, please. Who wouldn't love that? Come on. And debt reduction. You don't have to raise your hands for that, but I'm sure that everyone here is in some sort of debt, because that's the way the system is set up for us the system is just set up for us to be in debt. We have to pay to live, and we also even have to pay to die. Isn't that crazy? And just to be able to have the time freedom to spend, instead of working a 9 to 5 and working long hours in a professional career, you want to be able to have the time freedom to spend back with your family, or that time freedom to spend with yourself if you have to. Go travel the world. Do whatever it is that you would do with free time if you didn't have to work for somebody else. And of course, early retirement. Owning your own business, you're going to retire early because you're not going to have to work for nobody else. And age should not define retirement, guys. It should be the income, and that's what we want to do, is generate more income for ourselves. And security, something that I've never really actually had a solid foundation or plan for. Because I was only 16 years old when I got my first job at Chipotle. I didn't think about, 10 years from now, am I gonna be a Chipotle manager? I wasn't sure. I just knew that I wanted to work and I was excited to make my own money, right? But in the long run, we have to think about our security. And a lot of people that work for companies, it breaks my heart to have to hear that they work for so many years and then just let go because the company is not making enough money or the business is not succeeding. And honestly, that's not fair to people that work hard, work for long years, and are providing for their family. Everybody has their own story, right? So now you're thinking, why Market America or Shop.com? Market America has been financially strong, has been around for 26 years, and it has a proven system with worldwide training and support. This company is global. It's in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Hong Kong, Australia, United Kingdom, Singapore, Malaysia, with also emerging markets in the Bahamas and Jamaica and Ecuador, also Dominican Republic, New Zealand, and it just keeps growing. And we also have the ability to convert spending into earning. What does that mean? Well, it just makes sense, right? So, owning your own business, you're positioning yourself for success. You're able to take control of your life and your business. You're also you should also think about the online and mobile trends because nowadays, local businesses don't have the flexibility to actually advertise themselves the way they used to. Before, you were able to put your business on a yellow page, on a newspaper ad, or just be able to tell people about it through word of mouth. Now, with the internet, that's not happening because everybody here is online shopping or on their phones. Everything is done through your smartphone. And I'm sure everyone here has a smartphone, right? And what our CEO, J.R. Bidinger, created was the shopping annuity concept. And what the shopping annuity concept is basically, does anyone here know what a shopping annuity is? All right, not partners. Any guests? Can I see all the guests in the house tonight, please? Yay! Awesome. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you for being here tonight. And what the shopping, and you're probably thinking, what is that? The shopping annuity, in a sense, is in a virtual world. All the people are connected economically and are tracked from all the products that they buy and are tracked in one system, which is shop.com. And in doing that, stores and manufacturers are willing to pay consumers like you and I money back because they were able to see where that purchase was tracked from. So you're already spending it, guys. The things that you can convert your spending into earnings and invest in yourself are the things that you're already buying. From entertainment, when you go out to a concert, maybe watch a movie, clothes, shoes, toys if you have kids, and electronics for those gamers, and the list just goes on and on, right? So now, the things that we don't want to spend our stuff on, which are bills, is taking the majority of our earnings. We spend the majority that we make. And this is statistics from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and the government doesn't lie, right? But no, seriously, guys, out of the $5,100,000 that everyone spends, if you take $18,750 of that and convert it directly into your shop.com website, into your own company, right? You are able to generate a whole bunch of, generate source of income as well as earn a lot of money. And this can start with the shopping annuity assessment. And what that is a test to compare all of our exclusive brand products with products that you guys already have and see how you can convert what you've already been buying to new products and now get paid cash back. Market America essentially just tracks all of our purchases from all partner stores and our Market America exclusive products. So the best part of this all is the reason why we're all friendly to each other, honestly, is that anyone that you lead to, including yourself, when you shop, you make earn 100% profit from all those purchases. So now can you imagine that 100% in my organization? Let's say I have Sally and May, and whatever they buy, right? Sally and May, how ironic, that's a student loan company, just graduated, I'm thinking about it now. But let's say Sally and May, whatever they buy in my organization, we all get 100%. You'll learn more about that later. Founded in 1992, our CEO, J.R. Ridinger, came up with this concept. And our headquarters are located in North Carolina, Greensboro. And essentially what Market America is, in a sentence, is a global product marketing, internet marketing company that specializes in one-to-one marketing and social shopping. And now for anyone that doesn't know the Better Business Bureau, what the Better Business Bureau is in charge of is to make sure that the businesses are following ethical business practices. So in 2013, Market America was granted the Torch Award. And also again this year in 2018 for trust, performance, and integrity. And that's just to show that our company is honest and real and they're ethical. And they make sure to let all of us know that they care for us. They don't just want us to sell and make money off of us. And that's the best part. We have an A+ rating. Walmart does not have an A+, and neither does Amazon. So we're just killing it. We're just gonna keep on killing it. Worldwide company sales. We have generated over $8 billion in accumulated and estimated retail sales. And if you can see that graph, you can see that it's just going all the way up, even through 9/11, through the stock market crash, and all other financial crises. Market America has been consistent. And 52% of our earnings have been given back to business owners. Now, come on, what boss is gonna give 52% back of their income to their employees, right? That's amazing. That's why I love this company. And there's so many other people, like there's people of all different walks of life, all different types of income levels, backgrounds, ethnicities, the list just goes on and on. But in reality, anyone can really start this business. My favorite person here is Elizabeth Weber. She's one of the top money earners. These two ladies right here are the company's top money earners. So ladies, that's right. We make the money here. And so what I loved about Elizabeth Weber was her personality and just her energy and spirit, and the fact that she was actually a legal secretary in Boston, Massachusetts. I once wanted to study law, and she always wanted to get ahead of the trend and look for new opportunities. So she was actually involved in 9 multi-level marketing companies. And the reason that she didn't want to take a look at this is because, you know, 9 multi-level marketing, you lose your network a little bit after that, right? So she was a little skeptical about it when her friend Bobby Canada told her to take a look into this business. And so she did. She kept an open mind and started just doing things that not an average person would. Instead of going to her job in a car, she took public transportation. She wanted to meet new people that way, and she did whatever it took to build her network back and make this company work. And now she is a international field chairman, making $125,000 to $150,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. Yes, in 4 weeks. And someone else that I would like to show off here is Lisa and Edward Grant. Lisa bought her husband a plane. What a great wife, right? She's currently a field vice president, making $36,000 to $45,000 in a 4-week pay cycle, as well as Ben Ginder over here. I mean, he didn't even pass the 8th grade. No offense to Mr. Ginder, but a lot of us I'm sure, passed the 8th grade. And he's known for having cars of all kinds, and not the Hot Wheels ones, expensive ones. And he's currently a field vice president making, he's a field president making $80,000 to $100,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. And I've had the honor and the privilege to work with Miss Min Lu here. She's our mentor for my organization, and she came to America as a Russian translator, did not know any English, did not have no transportation, and had no technology, but she still built this business after work. She was a nanny once she came to America. and built it after every day after 10 p.m. I know maybe she was tired, but she did it. And after 2 to 3 years, she is now known all over Flushing, New York, known in the company, and makes $80,000 to $100,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. And it all started in her basement, who she is now working with her tenant as well, her business partner. And this is just to show, guys, that anybody can, if they can make $1 million through this system, so can I. And that's exactly what I thought about. And I thought to myself, it is just that easy. If I have the training and the support and these products that I'm going to show you work, then the business works. And so essentially what product brokerage company means is that we don't manufacture lotions and potions, even though our products are magic. But yes, all of the costly burdens that it takes to market and advertise and manufacture products, instead our company provides greater resources in the quality of the products, making sure that we have the right science, we do rigorous testing, and the right research to have top of quality products. To begin with our products is health and nutrition. Isotonics is our most famous health line because of its isotonic form. So what that means is that it just takes the same carbohydrate and electrolyte bodily fluids, matches that with our intake, and make sure that we get the vitamins provided from the product, and it goes directly into our bloodstream. Aside from other vitamins that are not going directly into our bloodstreams because they are coated or filled and have lubrication, but our products do not. OPC3, that famous purple powder that I once did not know anything about, but now I know that it's our #1 selling product. We make $4.5 million in a week with that. And it's essentially just made for allergies and inflammation, but it's helped from stories and a lot of people that take the product. It has helped people, various people in various different ways because we all have different body types, right? Next is our weight management. TLS program stands for Transitioning Lifestyles. And what it's based on, it's a customizable program that just kind of goes with people's body composition, and it's based on a low glycemic diet, low glycemic impact eating for us to know how to eat and when to eat. I personally lost 6% body fat when I did the 21-day challenge, and that was incredible to me. I've lifted since I was in 7th grade, and I've never lost that much body fat in a week. And just because of the science behind the supplementation, we're able to know that this stuff works. And I love everything about our products. I can keep going on forever. With Trim Tea is just rocking. Oh, anyways, next. Age management, the line, I think it was called Prime because it's a prime example of not to keep talking. So there we go. Baby and children's care. Well, our CEO's daughter started popping out babies. Just kidding, okay? I'm kidding. DNA miracles, no, she just knew that when she was gonna have her own children, that she wanted the best of the best, just like any other parent here would want the best for their child. And so after, learning about Johnson & Johnson being sued for numerous cases, and specifically on their baby powder because it was actually known to have given cancer and tumors for people, if nobody was aware of that. And she wanted to make sure that she can provide a line for children that was based on products that were all natural and non-toxic. Next is our Health Professional Nutrimetrics line, which is the same exact thing as our Isotonics products, just with different labeling. Labeling for health professionals, in case you are one yourself or you would like to work with one. And personally, if you ask me, I would love a doctor in my organization because I didn't have to go to school for that. Next is Lumiere Devere, which is our skincare line because we all do have skin. And don't worry, men in the audience, because we will have our men's line coming soon. Next is Motives Cosmetics. Motives originally was created by Lauren Reitinger, our CEO's wife. And it's known for its custom blend and having top-notch, high-end, what do you call it? Like makeup or cosmetics. Cosmetics is better. Cosmetics that that has that has ingredients that are hypoallergenic and paraben free. And Lala Anthony, the second part, is also a celebrity well known to created her own line in this industry. So, you know, she can provide this platform for a lot of celebrities because there's a lot of celebrities, but there's also a lot of average human individuals that are into makeup and would like to become makeup artists. And we have 2.2 million followers on Instagram and counting. Next is our personal care. Fix is all of our shampoos and conditioners. Yes, they have argan oil. And Royal Spa. I mean, who wouldn't want to get paid to shower? If you're not getting paid to shower, you're not doing it right. Next is our home and garden line. For our exclusive products, Snap is known to be non-chemical and very safe in case if children ends up licking the table, it's okay. The pet health, a lot of people were giving OPC3 to their pets and noticing differences in their behavior as well as their health. So we created Pet Health and AutoWorks so we can save gas. That's always good. Next we have a service called Concord for anyone that's interested in music or is an artist and looking for a platform to show off their music or whatever it is. That's what Concord is for. Financial services include Shop Financial and Debt Shredder. Guys, I really, really recommend you guys take a look into this. The Debt Shredder is actually a GPS that can actually cut down the amount of years that you're paying for the interest on all your debt. Whatever it can be, whether it's student loans, credit cards, home mortgage, so and so forth. My mother actually did the Debt Shredder. She was able to reduce her debt from paying interest for 19 years down to 3 years. So that can tell you a lot. Feel free to ask anyone who invited you here tonight, ask questions on that. And our last service is our internet service, Web Solutions by MA Centers. So this is basically a program provided for local businesses. Like I had mentioned earlier, it was easier to do advertisement for a small local business before. But now with Web Centers, you're actually able to work with someone in corporate specialized in this and get the best internet and advertisement for a company, or for a local business, I'm sorry, and provide them with things such as search engine optimization. If you guys don't know what that means, it's just key terms. Now when people go shopping or are researching online, those key terms pop out first for a specific company. For example, on my Google.com, if I type in food, Chipotle is going to be the first thing because I'm obsessed with Chipotle. And now Shop.com is not only a product brokerage company, but we're also an internet marketing company with thousands and thousands of millions of partner stores and products. We have access to just so many things. It's a no-brainer, guys. Come on. I'm going to show you more right now. And it's free to have an account, to be a preferred customer, so you can start generating cash back. You want to get paid to shop. Essentially now, you want to think every dollar that you spend, you want to yield a return. You don't want to just do the traditional way of giving a company or business your money and getting a product in return, and then they win because they stay with the retail profit. No, nowadays we're in a new economy. You want to be able to create your own economy. And that's what Shop.com is it's an economically tracked system where we're all connected so that we can actually become financially independent and create our own economy. And your Shop Buddy is a little S, if you can see on the screen on your browser, that you will download once you do become a registered customer. And it will make sure that you'll never miss a deal or a special, and that you get provided the most cash back out of your purchase. Does that make sense to everyone? Great. So why shop on Shop.com? Guys, it just makes sense. You know, you want to save money, but you also want to earn. You have hot deals and price alerts. You have Shop Direct, comparison shopping in case you want to buy a brand new TV. You can see all the partner stores that are selling it and which one would be the most convenient for you depending on the quality of the product and depending on the cash back that you choose. And it's also a better way to shop because essentially, guys, a lot of brick and mortars are just shutting down. It's the reality of it. People don't want to pay for manufacturing or for rent in a location or pay employees. Things are just converting onto online. It's no longer about Black Friday, it's Cyber Monday or Cyber Week because now they've extended it. Online shopping can be done anytime, anywhere, just with the click of a button. So from now on, you want to think about that. Do I want to just go to the mall? No, you wouldn't. You want to shop online because you've been shopping. I'm sure that a lot of people have heard of Victoria's Secret and Gap and Express. That's our power. We're affiliated with these companies. Macy's, Walmart, Target, Kohl's. Target's my favorite. Sports for people that are into outdoor things. You know, when you're buying Adidas or Nike, why not get paid cash back on those brand new shoes? You know what I'm saying? Home and Garden, Home Depot, Ashley, Bed Bath & Beyond. It's my mom's favorite. Office supplies, Staples. You guys see all these companies. We're partnered with them and more. I'm sorry, this is kind of going a little ahead than me. And the idea is to earn cash back on every purchase. So now not only are you saving money, you're also earning money, right? And now for these consumables, Groupons, Walgreens, you guys, if you're not familiar with Box, it's just an online Costco. Definitely want to point out to you guys Raise.com. Raise.com is a company that we're partnered up with that sells discounted gift cards for a higher price, and you can get paid on buying the gift card and the purchase that you're making through the company's website. So for example, we're partnered up with Macy's. If I want to buy myself a pair of shoes at Macy's, I'm going to first look on Raise.com to see if Macy's has a discounted gift card. Buy that gift card, and I'm going to get paid and use that gift card to buy whatever on Macy's.com, those shoes. Now I'm going to get paid on buying my Raise.com gift card that was discounted in the first place, so I'm saving money there and earning. And I'm going to use that to buy my shoes from Macy's.com, which is already partnered up with my shop.com. So I have 2% cash back there. And I'm going to save a whole bunch of money. It just makes sense, guys. And so that's my part. I just want everyone to think about, you know, instead of going out and buying things out there and not gaining from your own business, you want to have the idea to know that you can save $10,000 to $15,000 if you just change your spending habits. It's as simple as that, guys. It's changing your spending habits from brick and mortar to click and order, right? Like that. And so that's my part from here today. If you guys can ask me any questions. Feel free to talk to me later on in the presentation. I am very honored to have been able to present. And really, no, seriously, congratulate to whoever brought you out if you're a guest. And next I'm going to bring up Mr. Yardley Wang, who is, prior to Market America, was actually a computer programmer and consultant. And in 2002, when he was presented to Market America, he fell in love with the business model. And he already knew just what the right choice was, right? And so now he's a $1 million club member and a field vice president earning $36,000 to $45,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. And he's also a member of the advisory council, meaning that he was hand-selected by the president and the CEO of Market America to work with the corporate team along with local organizations around the world, because we're global, about the business. So please help me welcome Yardley Wang. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Give it up for Andrea. Wow. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, we could do better than that. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Yardley Wang, and as Andrea mentioned to you before, former computer programmer, consultant. And basically, if it's okay with you, I want to get right into it, and then we'll catch the story along the way. Is that okay with you? Fabulous. So what we want to talk about is the 45-year plan. Is anyone aware of what a 45-year plan is? A couple of you. For those who don't, raise your hands, please, if you have a job or had a job. Okay, so for the people who have raised their hands, that would be, you would be a part of what we call the 45-year plan. And for excuse me. When I was growing up, I was told, go to school, get good grades, and then graduate. And then when I get out of school, go to college, et cetera, et cetera. When you get out of college, you should be able to make a 6-figure income, right? Right, wrong. So what happens is when you get out around the age of 2021, you now work 40 to 45 years of your life up until retirement, where Social Security used to be 65, but now it's what, 67 and a half? And in hopes that you can, at the age of retirement, if this makes sense to everybody, you should be making the most you've ever made before in your entire life, and now you have the privilege to retire, and all of a sudden your income goes down. Now, if you were smart during those 40 to 45 years, hopefully your income will sustain or go up. Does that make sense to everybody? So that's what we have, the 45-year plan. Now, realize this, only 5% of the people make it. They found that statistically, because they're not our statistics, they're from the Social Security Administration. They found out because of the insurance actuarials that only 5% of the population make it in that 45-year plan. Well, if the 5% make it, that means the other 95% don't make it. If I told you you only had a 5% chance of getting home safely tonight, would you leave? Right? Can. It's like, I wouldn't if I had if those were my odds. So the idea is really simple. We actually, if you look at what's going on with the population, here's what happens. Their mortgage is well over $100,000. They have student loans, they have credit cards, they have all kinds of debt that they've sustained and mounted up through that time. Isn't it a wonder by the time they retire, they're still in debt? I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, I was like, wow, I was part of that. When I started that, quote, rat race of a job, I got a home, and next thing you know, now I have a 30-year note. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to pay this thing off. Because I ended up refinancing numerous times, like probably 2 or 3 times over, right? So the idea is really simple. 65% of the people, as you can see right here, they only have an average income of about, what, $1,200 at best at retirement. And at the same time, what would you have to do to earn an extra $1,000 at 2%? You'd actually have like close to, well over $500,000 in the bank, right? So what if you had an option? And that's what we're here to discuss with you. We actually have a 2 to 3 year business plan. Market America, as Andrea said so eloquently, came about in 1992. And we have a 2 to 3 year business model working 8 to 15 flexible hours on a weekly basis across the next 2 to 3 years, that at the end of the 2 to 3 years, you can be making anywhere from $300 to $3,600 for each unfranchised business that you own, and you get 3 up front. How cool is that, right? So the question that comes up is, if both plans work, why is it a plan? If both plans work, which means the 2 to 3 and the 45-year plan both work, which one would you choose? 2 to 3, right? If they both didn't work, which one would you choose? A lot of you are 2 to 3. Some of you are like, I'm thinking, I don't know. Well, think of it this way. If the 2 to 3 year plan didn't work, you can try it 15 more times. Because at the age of 65, do you think you can do the 40 to 45 year plan again? No, right? So there's going to be a couple of charts and graphs coming up in the next 15 to 20 minutes, and they might get a little complicated. So I want to break it down to layman on what we do. All right, and I love using real estate as an example. We don't sell real estate yet, but it's only a matter of time. But imagine this, if you would. If I owned a real estate agency and all of you in the audience worked for me as real estate agents, would it make sense to me, would it make sense to you that every time Mary here sold a house or a property, she would get paid a commission, and being the owner of the company, I would make money on her, but I would also make money on the collective, correct? So, but that's nothing new. That's employer-employee relationship. Employees work, they get paid, the employer makes money on everybody, right? Okay, so check this out. There's 4 business concepts I want to share with you. You may or may not have heard of them before, but tell me if you like them. The first one, Mary sells a house or property without her losing any money on her commission. The rest of you had an opportunity to get paid on it. Pretty cool, right? Second business concept, I'm your boss. I'm your employer. I sell a house or property. You get paid on what I do. Would you encourage me as your boss to sell more houses and homes if you're going to get paid on what I do? Absolutely. It's like, yeah, go ahead, sell, Yard, right? Third, here we are in Paramus, New Jersey. Check this out. I opened up another real estate business anywhere in the world that we do business. You have no idea where I open it up. For the sake of argument, Los Angeles, California. Check this out. Every house that was sold in LA, you got paid on. I know that sounds too good to be true, but do you like the concept? It's like yes or yes, It's like, what's not to like, right? Last concept. Let's go back to Mary or any one of you sitting here in the seat tonight. You sell a house or property and get paid 3, 4, 5, 6 commissions on the same sale. That would be equivalent to I know, Andrea's getting excited. That would be equivalent to working your JOB and getting paid triple, quadruple time for doing the work once, right? So wouldn't you agree that those 4 business concepts you may or may not have heard before, but you like them to say the least, yes? Yes. Okay, in a nutshell, that's what we do. That's what we do in this company called MarketAmericaShop.com. And that's what's about to unfold in the next few slides. Now, what I demonstrated to you earlier when we mentioned the real estate company in general, that's something called horizontal marketing. Right? You got the person at the proverbial top of the real estate agency, followed by the senior vice presidents. There might be territorial restrictions, and then you got worker bees underneath, right? And everyone's competing with one another. What our company did, ladies and gentlemen, is they actually turned it vertically and stacked it on top of each other, and we have a vertical pattern. As you can see, we have 2 lines of distribution, or 2 different sales organizations. And what happens is, as you can see all the arrows going up and down both directions, is that we get paid, as Andrea mentioned, everybody gets 100% credit of what everybody else does, including yourself. And it works both directions. Not only does it go up, but it also goes back down. As I mentioned to you before, as remember, the boss sells something, you get paid on the sale, which I think is really pretty cool. Now, we're deemed the unfranchise, right? And it's a lot like a franchise, which means we have a systemized way of doing everything, and we don't have the heavy startup costs, and we don't have any territorial restrictions, and at the same time, like a franchise, we have that training system put in place. Right? So if you go to McDonald's as a typical franchise, would it make sense to everybody that the fry laters are in a specific spot? And when you flip the hamburgers, I didn't work there, but I worked at another place like Roy Rogers or Kentucky Fried Chicken when I was younger. It's like you put the burger on the grill, you put the timer on, 2 minutes later it buzzes, you flip it over, and then you hit 2 minutes and you take it off afterwards. So they have a systemized way of doing things, right? So what happens is really simple. We're a lot like a franchise, but unlike a franchise, what's really cool is we don't have the heavy startup costs, right? Matter of fact, to capitalize this business that can earn you an ongoing 6 or 7 figure ongoing residual income, it'll cost you less than $1,000 to capitalize, which I think is pretty cool. We don't have any territorial restrictions. You have all kinds of tax benefits at the same time with this business, okay? And there's very little risk, and then as you can see behind me, you can even do this part-time. Because the average franchise, ladies and gentlemen, costs about $150,000. McDonald's is $1.7 million. Do you think if you invested anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 to $1 million, you would no longer be working your JOB? Odds are you probably have to devote 100% of everything you're doing, right? In our business, you can start part-time. What's really cool is you can stay part-time, because this is a business that can create you a part-time amount of effort with a full-time salary or pay, which I think is really cool. Now, there's 3 ways of earning money in our company. The first is cash back. As Andrea mentioned to you before, just by doing the things you do anyhow on shop.com and purchasing our Market America branded products, what's going to happen is that you'll get cash back for doing so. So if you want to go to Macy's, if you want to go to Home Depot, anywhere you want to go, Groupon if you love it, or Raise, as she mentioned so much, then you can, just by checking out and making sure that you're a preferred customer, and it costs absolutely nothing to get started with as a preferred customer. It's free. How much? It's free. Signing up as a preferred customer and you start shopping, you're going to get cash back for your purchases that you bought anyhow. The second way is our earning profits. Our Market America branded products are second to none. They're absolutely amazing, and you can earn anywhere from 30 to 1,000% retail profit. And finally, we actually have what we call the Management Performance Compensation Plan. It's our commission structure that pays you when you're not working, right? And it's a way to truly leverage your efforts at the same time. So there's 5 steps before getting started in your own unfranchised. The first to apply. There's 2 ways of getting started. For show of hands, how many people like to sell? More than normal. Like 4 hands came up. My wife was one of them. And normally it's like she'd be the only one raising her hand. She's sitting in the back. It's like, honey, you're not alone. There's like 4 people that raised their hands. Check this out. It costs you absolutely nothing to get started as a sales rep. 0. You have access to our Market America branded products that you can buy at wholesale, and then you can turn around and sell it at retail and earn a really nice retail profit. You keep 100% of the profit. It's pretty cool, right? Now, the challenge with that is that you don't get to participate in the Management Performance Compensation Plan, and there's no leverage. Because for the people who didn't raise your hand, I am with you. Just realize something. Former computer programmer, introverted geek. My boss told me, right, Linda? My boss told me what, but it's true. My boss told me what to do. I did the program and I gave him the results, right? So I don't know. My wife is the salesperson in this family. Hate to sell, love to educate. Which is why most of us get started as the second way, which is an unfranchised owner. The subscription fee is only $129.95. So for like $130 or a night out on the town equivalent, you know, if you're going out to dinner in this area, anyhow, in Paramus or Ridgewood in the nearby, you know, vicinity, it's really simple. You can get your business up and running. And what's really cool about it is you still get to buy everything at wholesale and you can sell it at a nice retail profit. But now that you get a shop.com website to go ahead and market your products and introduce them to your affiliate partners. Now you actually get 8 websites, and I'll show you that in a moment, but you get that as a minimum, okay? And you get to participate in the commission structure in our management performance compensation plan. Now, when you apply, like I mentioned to you before, each box that you see here where it says 1, 2, and 3, please keep this in mind for later. You get 3 unfranchised business development centers, or what we call BDCs, okay, up front when you get started. So that's pretty cool. We're going to focus on one and we'll tie the other 2 back afterwards. Now, with that, as I mentioned to you before, what happens is these are the 8 websites. Now, why do we have different websites? It's really simple. Number 1, we have a shop.com website. This is so you can send yourself and your customers to go there and go shopping so they can go buy things online. At the same time, our Market America branded products are there as well. We have an unfranchise.com. That's your back office. So you can find out what's going on with your business at any given time and also place orders. And I would suggest to you when you're placing orders on Market America that you buy from your back office and buy it wholesale. That would only make sense to me. On top of that, we also have we have like over 11 different divisions of the company. We have specific divisions like TLS Slim, and we have isotonics.com that if you want to introduce your customer to a specific line of our products, you can go ahead and just introduce them to that one website. So this way it doesn't get too complicated. Does anyone follow me on that? Right? So if you want to introduce them to cosmetics, just show them the cosmetics. Because if you went to shop.com, you're going to find out that we have over 3,000 partner stores, right? And Walmart, Target, just some of the small stores that we're affiliated with are part of that. And Home Depot, Macy's, et cetera. It's going on and on and on. So the idea is it might get a little complicated, so I would suggest to you, just send them to the motuscosmetics.com, right? Now, from there, your subscription, you also get a career manual, which is about 300 pages large. And at the same time, you also have Unfranchise Owner magazine, pretty much the latest and greatest news of what's happening, you know, up and coming leaders, and at the same time, any new products and how to bring them to market. At the same time, we have access to something called the GMTSS, or the Global Meeting and Training Seminar System. What that simply means is we have close to 3,000 to 4,000 meetings every quarter that you can plug yourself and your guest in to a presentation similar to this in another city, in another town, in another continent, or you can do a product training, or you can even go to a local seminar to learn how to effectively build this business. Because last that I knew it, going through college, they didn't have a college course called the Unfranchise. Would that be a correct statement? Okay, cool. So you can actually do that. Matter of fact, we'll be talking about that later because that's coming up this Saturday on June 9th. And we even have a double product training on Sunday with our guest speaker, Sharon Lawrence, but I'll talk more about that at the end. Okay? Now, at the same time, step 2 is learning how to create BV, or business volume. Okay? It's a unit of value assigned to every product and service in our Market America Mall Without Walls, or virtual mall. Some of you are looking at me are confused. Does anybody remember frequent flyer mileage? Raise your hands, please. Cool. So for those people who didn't raise your hands, in review, every time you charge your credit card with that special card, you get a frequent flyer mileage point. Sometimes you get double, triple the points. When you accumulate about 20 to 25,000 miles, you get a free flight in the intercontinental United States with blackout dates. Right? Now, how cool would it be if we created a business plan that said this? Bonnie, we're going to let you accumulate as much volume as you want in a given month, and at the end of June, as an example, Elizabeth, if you don't hit your quota, we're going to reset you to 0. How many people would sign up for that? Are you sure? Why not? Just yell it out for whatever reason. Why wouldn't you want to get started with something like that? You can't get anywhere. Why? Because it reset to 0, right? Well, what I just described to you is something called MLM, or multi-level marketing, companies that we're not going to talk about tonight, you know, like Amway, Shackley, Herbalife, and things like that. But what happens is really simple, okay? Those companies give you 1 month to accumulate as much volume as you can, and at the end of the month, if you don't hit the quota, they reset you to 0 and you do it again. Now here's the killer part about this. There's actual people who get started in those things. And at the end of June, they don't hit the quota, they reset to 0, and they do it again. And now July goes through, they might just accumulate enough money or points to hit that $1.39 check, okay? And then what happens is they reset to 0 and they do it again for August. Check this out, by the end of the 3rd month, they finally quit, they give up. They realize that this isn't working. It took them 3 months to figure out this isn't working when it took you guys less than 5 seconds. Because nobody was that silly to raise their hands, right? But I'm sure you know somebody who's done that before. Is that correct? Our business model, ladies and gentlemen, is the frequent flyer mileage program that when you accumulate the volume, then you'll get paid. And we have a huge, and I'll show you how that role plays into it as we move along, okay? Now, similarly, in our BV products, we get points, about 85% on the dollar for every product that we sell. So some of the products that you might not be familiar with are, like I said, are really high end, as Andrea mentioned to you. So just by moving those products at point of purchase, you get about 80 to 85% BV points on the dollar. So for every $100 you spend, you get about 85 points. Is everyone with me? It's through that accumulation of BV that we actually get paid our override commission checks. In addition to that, we also have IBV. What's really cool about it, it's those partner stores. Some of the things that you see behind me that you might be able to identify with, like Staples.com, HomeDepot.com, Victoria's Secrets, Groupon, Raise. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, which I think is really cool that just by doing the things you do anyhow, we don't get any retail profit on it, ladies and gentlemen, but we do get up to 40% IBV credit for the sale. Now you're wondering, how in the world can we get paid and compete with the other stores? Number one, we don't raise the prices because nobody would buy from you, right? What happens is we cut out the middleman because we have a customer base of about 6 million customers on MarketAmericaShop.com. So now what happens is they've already negotiated with the Walmarts and Targets that says this: we'll drive the traffic to your website. In turn, as long as they log on as a preferred customer and they shop from Walmart, then Walmart, what will happen is we're going to track the fact that Stephen here spent $100 on Walmart, gets 2% cash back, and then what happens is we save them the advertising dollars. Does everyone understand that? So Walmart will pay Market America, who in addition will now pay the customer, and then they'll reward you on IBV points, which I think is really, really cool. Okay? In addition to that, there's multiple ways of creating IBV. You have social media, we have catalogs, we have shop.com, we have the shopping annuity that she was talking to you about. Okay, we even have a shopping advisor that you can fill out online to find out what products that you commonly use in your household that can be transitioned over to our Market America branded products, right? Now, in addition to that, we're going to teach you how to build and develop a customer base of about 10 to 15 good customers across the next year, sooner than later. Now, I know you're scratching your head like, wait a second, if I'm only going to build a customer base of 10 to 15 customers, I'm not going to do very well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about a lot of people doing a little bit. Okay? And what happens is really simple. The 3-way, there's a couple of requirements in case you're wondering. The first is really simple. We have an auto ship program set for you. Okay? Because of the fact that we want to make sure that you get your products on a timely basis, but more importantly, through the Direct Selling Association, one of your requirements is to move. They found out that the average person in a direct sales environment moves anywhere from $200 to $300 a quarter. The other companies that we didn't talk to you about need you to move $4,000 to $7,000 worth of product a month. Aren't they setting you up for failure, not success, if the average is only $200 to $300 a quarter? Sometimes I wonder if MLM stands for make little money. Just saying. Our president and CEO used to be in one of those things, and he said, you know what, let's do what the average people do. If the average person only does $200 to $300 a quarter, let's take the low end. To stay active in the company, you only have to show $200 in retail sales. That's one bottle, that's $67 a month. That's one bottle of our #1 product, OPC3, that the company moves over 4.5 million of that a week with no Michael Jordans advertising it. Do you think the product works? To one customer, can you handle it? I know you're saying once again, it's like, wow, if I only sold to one customer, I'd be out of business shortly thereafter. You're in business for yourself and not working by yourself. And we'll prove it to you over and over again. In addition to that, to help you move the products to the customer, there's an auto ship set up for you as well. Okay? And finally, we have an annual renewal that after the $129.95, it's only $99.95 on your year, okay, at your yearly turn. The third step is to qualify. So a lot of people ask, well, how much BV do I need to get set up for this? Well, what happens is when you qualify and accumulate 200 BV worth of product, what happens at this point is you have a left savings bank and a right savings bank right here behind me that open up. So that BV and IBV that you can see, BV's in the red and IBV's in the green, those savings banks now open so that you can now accumulate all the volume that's generated throughout your entire organization after you qualify with 200 BV. Most people do it up front. That translates, by the way, to about $225 to $250 worth of product if you weren't, if you're wondering. Okay? Now, a lot of people don't understand, like, well, I don't know what products to get started with. Well, that's why we came up with the Fast Start program. The Fast Start program was an economical way to really help you out to be able to figure out if you didn't know what to get started with, but also optimize what you get started with. So as you can see behind me, we actually have 4 of them. We have the shop.com, Fast Start kit. Basically, it's our 10 top leading products for sale. You get the subscription kit for $129.95. You get 2 months of the UFMS. By the way, to run your business, it's only 75 cents a day or 20 bucks a month. That's called the Unfranchise Management System, to operate your business. So it's only $20 a month. So with this Fast Start kit for only $3.99, you get the subscription fee, $129.95 included, plus 2 months of the UFMS, plus you get about $399 worth of product wholesale, plus you get business support material to help you run your business for only $399. So it's like $700 worth of stuff for only $399. It's like buying your products at wholesale and becoming a business partner for free. How cool is that? In addition to that, we also have 2 renditions of the Motives kits. We also have the TLS Slim if weight management your thing. And one of my favorites is the web solutions. Check this out. We have a web solution package set up for you that you can become a professional appointment setter, because we have an entire sales team that will walk your business owner through the bells and whistles of the website solution. We can show them how they can make changes on their own. They'll even close the sale for you. And you keep 100% of the sale, less the cost of the website. It's pretty cool, right? My wife and I have personally earned in excess of 7 figures just in retail profit alone in the last 8 years with this solution. It's not to impress you, it's to impress upon you that every one of our divisions in the company is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And if you just focus on one industry alone, you can make a lot of money. Matter of fact, the idea is that we're going to teach you to be you don't want to be a jack of all and master of none. Is everyone with me on that? So we also focus on health and nutrition as well, but in a conversation, we might not bring up both things simultaneously for obvious reasons, right? So anyway, we have that. The 4 steps to activate. Activation is really simple. When you activate, you're going to find 2 business partners, one on the left side of your organization and one on the right, because they divide your business in half. What those 2 individuals have to do when you activate is go through the first 3 steps. In review, they became a distributor or an unfranchised owner like you did. They're learning how to create business volume. And thirdly, they also qualified their business one time only with 200 BVs. Everyone with me on this one? Cool. At this point, now you're activated to earn and be a part of that management performance compensation plan and earn the override commission checks. From there, we actually go to step 5, which is basically duplicate yourself and teach, manage, and duplicate. Now, I know this unfolds out like symmetrically and it looks nice, but the idea is really simple. This would be great in a perfect world, but it doesn't always work out. Is everyone with me on that one? Great. So what happens is people lead to people. So in this non-perfect world, we told you that you only get 8 to 15, well, you only need to work 8 to 15 flexible hours. Wouldn't you agree that some people have more time in a week, some people have less time, some people have no time in a given week? The great news is that this is your business and how much time you put into it. So what will happen is this business will start to build out unsymmetrically, and that's okay. Okay, because it's just a matter of the time when you're going to get paid. Now, if you see behind me, the people in gray, Mark and Kate, Mark and Kate are your personally sponsored, which you brought aboard as personally sponsored business partners. Okay, the question that comes up is, what happens if you knew a 3rd person? What would you do? Well, if this was a multi-level, show of hands again, how many people are familiar with MLM? Okay, for those people who aren't, let's just review. If this was a multi-level marketing company and I knew a 3rd person was interested, this is how it works. The people on the front, sitting in the front row here, they're my first line, right? That would be on my top level. I would get 25% approximately of everything they do. When we move to the 2nd row, it's 15%, 10, 5. By the time we got back to where my wife is sitting, you would get 1%, 0.5%, or nothing. So if you knew a 3rd person who was interested in multi-level marketing, would you put them in the front seat or in the back seat? Quick. Why? More money. Right, more money for yourself, right? I mean, common sense dictates I would rather get 25% of what that new business partner does rather than put them at the bottom of the totem pole and get 1%. Is everyone with me on this one? Our business structure is really simple. If you know another person, Matt, who's interested, we get 100% credit of what everybody else does. Remember our opening slide I told you on the vertical marketing? Well, when Matt gets started, everything Matt does, if I put him at the bottom of the totem pole, let's say we put him down at the left and under Dorian, back there on the left. Dorian, would you be okay that Matt's on it? Now, you might not even know Matt. He might be in California. But check this out. Everything that Matt does flows up to Chris, the health professional, back to Mark, and back to you. How cool is that? Do you like what you hear? Not to discount the people on the right side. If we knew another person, Erica, maybe she's in New Jersey. Does anyone here have a challenge that if wherever we place Erica, that whoever she's attached to, everything that Erica does, you get 100% of whatever she does toward your paycheck? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Do you like what you see so far? I know, I love it. So when I saw that, it's really cool because when I was sitting here too, pardon me for a second, years ago, I was like, wow, I was in the audience. It was close to like 1996, and I saw this. I was like, wow, it looked like my job. Follow me on this. If this diagram was a corporate org chart, the person on the top is the president and CEO of the company, followed by the upper management, lower management, supervisors. The worker bees can't even fit on the chart. Isn't it true that the people on the bottom are doing all the work and the person on top makes all the money in the corporate org chart? Here's the challenge with this. I know this as a former computer programmer and a computer programmer consultant that, and I don't know how you feel, but let me just take a guess. You work harder than most of the people in your office, certainly more than maybe your boss. And you deserve in your heart to make more than them. However, you never will you? But you know you deserve it. I know how you feel. Been there before. By the way, if your boss is in the audience sitting next to you, deny everything. It's okay. It's okay that I work twice as much as you and you get paid twice as much as me. Huh? Okay? In our business structure, ladies and gentlemen, our goal is to make sure that you make more than us. Because if you make more than us, odds are you'll probably never quit, right? Great. So check this out. What happens is really simple. If your senior business partner who brought you here finds another person, everyone only has room for two if you didn't notice. They can take that additional person, Lisa, and put them underneath Matt, who you brought aboard, and it trickles all the way up the line. So it's cyclical. You see what's going on? Do you like what you hear so far? There's more, okay? Because what happens is really simple. All that volume is going to flow up, and what happens is, I know you're like begging for it. You're like, how do I get paid, for God's sake? It's really simple. We have a tracking system. Every Friday night, all the volume, the computer turns on. BV floats like helium. It rises up. And what happens is we're looking for all the volume that's generated in the week, and we store it in each individual's bank. Someone see that? And what happens is we're looking for specific thresholds. Now, there's a disclaimer coming up, and I'm going to paraphrase it for you, okay? Please get with the person who invited you here. If you choose to work this business, it can work for you. If you don't, it won't. Next. Now, the way you can earn commission is really simple. Like I said to you before, the benchmarks. The first threshold is this. When you accumulate 1,200 BV on the left and 1,200 BV on the right, which is in red, what happens is you're going to receive a $300 commission check. It's the smallest check you can earn above and beyond your retail sales with our company. From there, we also have the IBV, which is independent because they get paid independently, that when you accumulate 1,200 IBV on the left and 1,200 IBV on the right in the green, green's good. Green's good for money, right? You get a $300 IBV check. And it just keeps accumulating from there, ladies and gentlemen. It's week to week. We get paid weekly. That's W-E-E-K-L-Y, not W-E-A-K-L-Y. All right? And what happens is we're looking for another accumulation of 1,200 BV more on each side on BV, and then you'll see another $300 commission check in the BV. Likewise with the IBV. Does anyone see a pattern forming? Yes, you guessed it. The next level at that point is another increment of 1,200 BV on both sides, which brings you up to 3,600 BV on the left and 3,600 BV on the right, and you get another $300 check. And likewise with IBV. Now, I know you're thinking 4,800 would be it, but we actually close out the commission cycle at 5,000. Yes, you do have to do a little bit more work. It's not a 1,200 increment jump anymore. It's a 1,400 increment jump. But the cool part about it is that little extra work, they double your check. So now you actually see a $600 commission check, and you close out the commission cycle in BV at $1,500, and likewise with IBV. Now what happens, ladies and gentlemen, is really simple. The average person takes about 6 months to cycle through this once in BV. So that's about $250 a month. It's nothing to sneeze at. And Paramus may be able to pay a utility bill, I get it, or a grocery bill at best. But the idea is 6 months ago when you're wet behind the ears, you didn't have any customers, you didn't know what you're doing, and all of a sudden 6 months later you've went through the commission cycle, now you have an organization growing, you know what you're doing, you know what products, you're trying more things, and you're selling more stuff. Does everyone follow me on that? So the next go around, would it make sense you should take less time? The next time you'll cycle through in 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. It gets to the point, everyone, that when you go through 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right in 1 week, you'll now see $1,500 worth of checks, which is $78,000 a year. Likewise with IBV, the same thing. Pretty cool, right? Do you like what you hear so far? There's more, because check this out. What happens is, now you're capitalizing at $3,000 a week. We also have a ability to place business volume. And what happens here is really simple. If we agree that you get 100% credit of what your business partners do, you also get 100% credit of everything you do. So our president and CEO said this: we'll let you place the order, drop ship to your customer, or have it sent to you and then you can hand deliver it to your customer, your choice. And then you get to keep still 100% of the retail profit. However, now we have to deal with the fact that you get the BV, right? When you place the order, you got the BV. So what the company says is this: we'll let you assign and give the BV to anybody that you personally brought aboard in the company. So remember Matt, who you brought aboard, who was in California? You can turn around and place the 400 BV order, put it on Matt, and then check this out, it's going to flow uphill. Now, why would you do that? Because if you're getting 100%, thank you, Sean. If you're getting 100% anyhow, why not help your business partners get paid? That only makes sense to me. As a computer programmer, I was like, wow, that's amazing. And if you have another, not to discount the people on the right and to leave you left, if you have another 400 BV order, you can go ahead and drop it on the right. You can split the order into two, meaning BV placement. You can split it into 2 placements at once on one single order. That's up to you. Because if you're getting it anyhow, why not help your business partners? That only made sense to me, right? Hopefully it makes sense to you. Do you like what you hear so far? I know you know what's coming. There's more, okay? You can actually earn a bonus. Check this out. Anytime a business, besides yourself, you go through 5,000 BV in this given week, this Friday coming up, where you actually reach 5,000 on the left and 5,000 on the right, a business on the left, Mark, who you personally brought aboard, and then we have Ann and Ben, who you don't even know, hit 5 and 5, which means a business on the left and a business on the right, and you get a $600 management bonus for helping your group grow. How cool is that? And it's only a matter of time that more and more consistently there'll be a business on the left and a business on the right and you, which will cycle through every single week, where that $600 management bonus will come every single week. The $30,000 raise. You like what you're hearing? Cool. What happens is you can earn even more. As we mentioned to you earlier in the program, you got 3 up front. If nothing else, realize this. This is called true leverage. When Mark gets started, he's under the left of your 2. So half of your second business is starting to grow. Your first one on the left is just like before. When Kate gets started, she's on the right of your 3. The 1 is starting to make money just like before. Would it make sense to you that if it took you 2 to 3 years to get that one cranking, where you're consistently earning 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right, and going through the pay cycle, that half the left of the 2 is done and half the right of the 3 is done? So that means by the time you start the 3rd leg here, it should take you half the time. It should only take 1 year. Why? Because you only have to focus on this one line of distribution. Does everyone see that? And likewise, when you do this, guys, buy 2 suits, get 1 free. Ladies, buy 2 pairs of shoes, get 1 pair free. Okay. It's like building 1 business here and a second business here and getting paid for 3 businesses. It's double the work, triple the pay. You like what you're saying? There's more. You can earn even more income. For the very first time, when your 001 or any one of your physical businesses goes through the pay cycle the very first time, what happens is you're awarded what we call re-entry, or an extra business development center. Now, here are the rules. When you decide where you want to place it, for the sake of argument, no disrespect, but the people on the left may be a little bit slow. We're going to turn around after that goes through the cycle, and we're going to place it down here underneath Travis. You've applied, you don't have to do that again. Create business volume, that's how you got here to begin with. You qualify this one time only with 200 BV, so its savings banks can open, and you find 2 more business partners that get this one activated. Everyone's seeing it? So what happens is this. If I were you, I would help Emily and Abby get paid. Why wouldn't you? So to help them grow their business as well as place BV on them. Now that volume that's going to come up is going to come up to your 4, to Travis, the health professional, back to your second business, back to your first. You just got paid 3 times for doing the work once. Remember the real estate example. You sold the house and got paid 3 times. Pretty cool, right? If that isn't enough, when this one goes through the pay cycle, you could open up another one. How many do you want? Your income is limitless. Just subject to how many businesses that you open. It's pretty cool, right? I thought this was absolutely amazing. Because check this out. Let's go back for a moment. Being this is Market America, if Market America was a company org chart, would it make sense to you that here you are at the top of the proverbial org chart, which means you are the president and CEO of the company, aren't you? All these business partners, although in Market America we know they're independent, but on a company org chart, all these business partners underneath you in a company org chart technically work for you, don't they? But you open up another business underneath them, which means technically you work for them, right? So let's get something straight. If they work for you and you work for them, who's working for who? You're in business for yourself and not working by yourself. When was the last time your boss worked for you for free? I've never seen a business model where the person can turn around like my wife. I can sell ice Eskimos. Great. Take all your sales, you keep the retail profit, take the business volume, and drill it to the lowest point. Remember I mentioned to you on the real estate example on the 4 business concept? You're the boss, you make a sale, take the volume, and give it to the bottom because you're getting it anyhow, so why not help your business partners grow and make money too, right? So one thing on that. Maybe you're that individual that says, you know what? I know everybody. Fantastic. Take all those extra people that you know and stack them and put them at the bottom of the totem pole. Because if you're getting 100% of everything they do anyhow, how cool is this? You place them at the bottom and everything they do, you're going to get 100%. So why not help your business partners grow their business and make money? That's what I love about this business. It's like absolutely amazing. I've never seen that before. Have you? Okay? We're coming in for a landing. So basically, it's really simple. The first principle we're going to teach you is to convert your spending into earning, right? With the shopping annuity, as Andrea mentioned before. Next, you're going to learn how to earn retail profit. And at the same time, we do have the monthly accrual. On the BV and IBV, it accumulates for 365 rolling days. So 1 year from today, you lose today's volume, but you gain the new day. So you always have 365 days banked. So it's not a question of if you get paid, it's a question of when you get paid, right? In addition to that, as we mentioned to you before, you get 100% credit of all the volume, and at the same time, you can place volume to the lowest point, and you can place the people to anywhere you'd like, and of course, as we mentioned to you before, you have unlimited income potential, okay? Now, it's really simple if you haven't already done so. Number 1, register as a preferred customer. It's free. How much? Yeah. So as you become a preferred customer, it's really simple. Start shopping online at the person who introduced you at their shop.com web portal, and then you can start getting cash back from everything you do. The second, book a follow-up. Do your due diligence. A lot of information was thrown at you tonight. So get your questions answered. Okay, and I'll be here for a while, and at the same time, we'll introduce you to other people who are earning income in this business. So this way, you can feel free to ask anybody standing in the front in a few seconds the questions that you might have. And finally, if you want to establish your unfranchised business, here's an opportunity for you, number 1, to do it, and it'll cost you less than $1,000. It even cost you less than that, for like $500 to get started, right? At the same time, I would encourage you strongly that this weekend coming up, we actually have a local seminar. And her name is Sharon Lawrence, and basically, she's what we call an executive director. And I have a couple tickets here if you're interested. And an executive director earns an excess of $25,000 to $36,000 in a 4-week period of time. The cool part that you'll love about our training is the people. You're not allowed to train in front of the audience unless you're achieving and accomplishing and you become someone. Does that make sense to everybody? This woman is extremely talented in the health and nutrition field, and she really knows how to build this business, as you can see behind me. And she's an incredible speaker and trainer at the same time. In addition to that, she's doing what we call a general product training on Sunday. So even if you're new to this business, I would encourage you to, if you want to evaluate the business without even getting started, please come to the local seminar so you can learn how to how to build this business successfully with Sharon Lawrence. Okay, and that's at the Hasbrook Heights Hilton. The next day in the same hotel, she has a morning and afternoon session of a general product training, and they're different topics. So you don't have to say, oh, I can only make the afternoon, and I missed the morning, so I can't go at all. No, absolutely, absolutely not. If you can't make the morning, go ahead and go to the afternoon. If you want to cover in the morning and not make it in the afternoon, just, either way. Tickets are really inexpensive. It's only $15 per person. By the way, the local seminar is only $30 to evaluate the business. It's pretty cool, right? We have an open meeting training system. So this way it gives you the opportunity to evaluate what we're doing. And just to prove to you that I'm not the only one earning income, I just wanted to bring up other individuals. So would you mind, if you've earned any retail profit in Market America, shop.com, would you mind standing up in your seats, please, for a moment? If you earned at least a $300 check, would you remain standing? And for those people who are still standing, would you mind joining us up in front, please? Give them a hand. Okay, so what we're just going to ask you for is your name and what do you do for a living and what your pen level is, your achievement level is. And I'll
Okay. Hi, my name is Angelica, and I'm a coordinator, and I work in Hackensack Hospital, and I'm a scheduler.
A coordinator is an individual who's earned that first $300 check, and they might have earned multiple short of the next level that we'll get to.
My name is Elizabeth. I am a business analyst in the banking IT industry. I have no idea what my pen level is. I don't pay attention to that. I just pay attention to the checks.
This is really great. Okay. She's an executive coordinator, which means she's gone through the pay cycle at least once, earning that $1,500, and she might have done it multiple times. Everyone with me on that one? 1,500, 3,000, yes, in a 4-week period.
Jonathan Rodriguez, currently working as an IT professional, Jersey Flushing from Lodi. Executive coordinator in the business.
Awesome.
Sean McEntee from Jersey Flushing. I currently work as a sales manager in a trucking office, and I'm executive coordinator.
Hi guys, my name is Alejandra. I'm currently an event planner. I'm also an executive coordinator in the business, part of Jersey Flushing.
I'm Jerry Bednarski from Oradell, New Jersey, risk manager at a Wall Street firm and senior master coordinator.
Okay.
So
A senior master coordinator is an individual that earns in excess of $3,000 to $4,500 in a 4-week period of time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chevy. I'm currently in healthcare management and senior master coordinator as well. And I just love this amazing business.
Hi, I'm Kit. I used to work Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange. This business gave me an option to become a stay-at-home mom.
And Kit's a professional coordinator, which means she earns in excess of $4,500 to $7,500 in a 4-week period of time. And this is my wife, Lisa Lieberman Wang, and she's actually a field vice president along with me. And go ahead, I forgot our story, so you go ahead. Go for it. Just saying.
So the woman back there was me, and they're really simple. If you're here right now, whatever your reason is, when we looked at the business originally, we had a different reason for looking at it. So if you're a guest and you're evaluating it, I actually always say you need a plan B before you need a plan B. We actually were introduced years ago. We were financially fit. We did amazing. Everybody's dream story. Work hard, get a good job, work hard, save, have a future. And we had it all until we lost it. Between MCI becoming WorldCom and going bankrupt and 9/11, Yardley lost his contract. We went from prosperity to desperation overnight. And we had to look for something. And we knew about the company, but we didn't build it when we had the opportunity. We built it when we needed it. And what the great part of this is that you can. It doesn't matter when you start as long as you start. And it was in 2002 that we decided to build it. Within 1 year, we were making 6 figures and then replaced one 6-figure income, then doubled it, replaced the second 6-figure income, and kept growing, growing, growing. That we never had to look back. We didn't have to go get a job. We were $500,000 in debt, and within 5 years, we got rid of all of our debt, no mortgage. Life is amazing, and back to being wealth again like we were before from this company. So it does, like I said, doesn't matter where you are and where you start. It's just a matter of getting started. This business is pretty simple. You're going to learn how to do what you do every single day, but you're going to get paid for it, and you're going to help other people do it too. So we encourage you, one, to get your questions answered. Make sure before you leave here, set an appointment with the person who invited you, or Doriana, I'll talk to you for Lucy and Elizabeth. Talk to the person who invited you here and get your questions answered, schedule a time to do so. The second is get a ticket to Sharon Lawrence to the local seminar. You're going to learn about how the business works. I love it that you can actually, you don't have to get yourself totally entrenched to get started. You can just evaluate it and see if it's something you want to do and learn more about it, which is beautiful. On Sunday, learn about some of the amazing products and why we love them and why they work. Look at the person next to you right now. Look at the people up here. Do they look like the best salespeople in the world? Okay. Okay, it's rhetorical, not to be answered. But we did $8 billion in sales by people like us, just because the products really work is really the point. So get your questions answered. We'll be around. Any one of us here can help and support you. We've all been making this work. You have a great team of people to support you as a team, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next event. Thank you.
Thank you.